Say something, Alex. All right. Uh, in all right, I'm gonna mute you, and then well, no, I'm gonna mute you from here, and then I'm gonna watch the stream on my side, like on mine. Okay, cool.
Hello, hello. You should be able to hear me now. Did we fix it? We're professionals. We really aren't.
We are the definition of amateur, bud.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. So rewind. We're trying low latency because I was hoping by doing low latency we'd be able to interact better with whoever's joining us today. But you got to hear us in order for that to work.
Interaction. Gross.
Yeah. So then we'll replay. Have a beer, Alex. Crack beer. Drink beer.
Yes. Wait. I want to know if they hear the mixer.
The mixer? Oh, the Robo Boob that mixes your paint. I heard it a little bit on my side, but it was very faint. It was very choppy.
Yeah.
So I am going to start weathering these guys I got right here. The cool stuff I'm going to try out today. I've never actually used this stuff before. It's that's really glary.
I'm stepping away for a sec. Be right back.
All right, bye. I'm using. It's just so fresh. I'm actually going to crack it open for the first time right now. It's got like a child safety lock. There it is. Oh no, it's jumping out. Oh, the static is making it jump everywhere. Ah! I guess free weathering from the powder. I'm going to try using a little bit of this Vallejo powder. Oxido, or rust. I've never used pigment powder before, and after purchasing it, I realized that I need pigment powder fixer. So we're going to see how well it works, and then I'm not going to touch anything until I actually get the fixer. What I normally use this stuff, the Riser Rust, and it's a dry paint. And I guess I can start off with a little bit of that, because I think most of the rust I'm going to start to build up on the bottom. But I'll start with a little bit of something I know, just to at least make these look okay to begin with. You back there, bud?
I'm back.
Nice. Oh, that's too much of that.
Are you using the same camera I am right now, or are you using a different one?
I'm using the same one. It goes up a few shades of brightness, by the way. If you tap it a couple more times where the light goes on.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, that's off. There we go. Nice. I'm just curious about how it plays with zoom. Or focus, rather. There you go. Shit, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's your little ranger head you're working on?
Mm-hmm. Nice. I think that's the one I want to go with.
Alrighty, so this is what I typically use for rust.
Never mind. I'm going to use one that I've already mostly painted. Hot damn.
Laziest Javier.
Yep.
And build up like a little bit of rust. Like you can see it there. But it's very bright rust. And if you've seen the table for or the mat for Octarius, I almost called it Orlicon again. It's kind of like an earthy, dirty, kind of dusty place. So I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to use some of this Oxido powder. I do not want to put this in the Robo Boob mixer because this crap will go everywhere. But I'm an expert because I've watched a YouTube video on how to apply pigment powder. So let's see how this goes.
Guess what?
What?
That's one more video than I've watched.
Oh, it's getting everywhere. I don't know if it's actually sticking on it. Oh no, I'm probably inhaling this.
It's okay, you've got brain cells to spare.
I don't know if I'm doing it right. So these are already varnished, but they're varnished with a matte varnish, and I read somewhere that that gives it a little bit more cling. I don't know if this is working. It's just making it look dusty, which I guess is fine, but like, hmm. Hmm. Morning, Smallest Chili. That's what your name is.
What?
So there's a guy in the Kill Team University Discord that joined recently that he bought a bunch of beast snagas, and he's been modeling and kind of going along on this adventure, taking us all with him. And I could never read his name, and I never wanted to ask anything because it almost looked like it was Molest Chili, because I didn't know what the first character was. But he is the smallest Chili, and that makes a lot more sense than Molest Chili.
Is it in some sort of weird text?
Huh? No. You don't need to apologize. That's fine. All right, let's try something that's not varnished with this. Because this is not varnished, and I'm curious to see if this makes any difference with the pigment powder. I might just scrap pigment powder for the rest of this stream if I can't get this working right. But let's see where we would put rust. Let's put rust in here. Yeah, it seems like it has to be unvarnished. Yeah, because that's looking real nice.
That's interesting.
Although, hang on. Yeah, that does stay. But with... I might have to become a little bit more of a YouTube expert for this to be something I want to do. Every time I saw this getting used, it just seemed so much easier than the way that I've always done Rust.
You mean in all of the recorded videos where they can cut out all the attempts where it didn't look good?
Or the people that have not tried it for the first time on stream?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go back and I'm going to do the weathering on these barricades the way that I know how. We're going to do that. Then I'll add some chip. I got some dry lead belcher and I got some good lead belcher. So we'll get some weathering done on these. It'll look nice. Someone commented saying that Gloctagon commented saying the terrain really pops. Thanks, man. It's not a hard it's not a hard scheme, honestly. This I spray painted with lead belcher and then just did contrast over everything to kind of keep everything metallic. And then I did a wash afterwards. The other terrain that I was using, that I had up here, I actually primed black, and then I dry brushed like old lead belcher. Like, I don't know if this will show up on the stream, but before I moved over to dropper bottles, I have so much lead belcher that just the bottom of it just gets gunky and dry, and it's such a waste to leave all of that pigment down there. But it's wet enough that you can use this as a dry paint, almost like the dry technical paint. This is a little bit more wet, but I use it as a dry paint technical, and I did all over everything, and it looked really good. But these ones, these 3 terrain pieces, these aren't from Octarius. I painted these a while ago for a diorama that I was working on, and I never weathered them, and I don't know why. So it doesn't make sense for something to be orky and clean. Although Sheldon from Kill Team Stream keeps giving me a hard time because he calls my orcs the most fastidiously well maintained orcs that ever existed because there's not enough rust on their weapons.
Well, they just were freshly chopping something.
That's right. That's what I said. These are new loots. They just looted the stuff.
New loot, who dis?
New looters. Oh, here's a new power claw. Who dis? Crump that's who. Ugh. Cool. And I've been having a lot of kind of hobby paralysis with the rest of my Octarius terrain. I mean, I was away on vacation. That certainly doesn't help. But even when I was back in my hobby space, I was having so much hobby paralysis, not knowing what colors to paint all the different things.
Oh, buddy.
And then I remembered I already did a lot of that work by painting a lot of this stuff from the Mech Boy workshop. So I figured I'd finish these and use these as templates for the rest of it. That's a lot easier for me to kind of get through it.
See, there you go, being a fastidious orc. The question isn't which colors do I use. The question is, when I use all the colors, which spot ends up where?
Yeah, that's a part of me that's not very orky. We comment on this quite a lot. We are very much the opposite of the kill teams that we love in a lot of different ways. Alex's favorite metagame is to, like, whenever I play a hobby game, whether it's X-Wing or whether it's Kill Team or what have you, I always end up lining up all my stuff square. Maybe it's like an obsessive tendency or something. I really don't know.
It's not just square.
What is it?
He'll array his, I don't know, you might have like 12 dice on the sides, and he'll arrange them in a 4x3 perfect grid with every side turned to the orc face for number 6.
Oh shit, I do that. Honestly, I didn't realize that I was doing that every time. Uh-oh. I might need a doctor. But
yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If I want to make sure I'm rolling 6s, I want the ever so slight gravitational pull and mutation of my d6s to be always towards the 1 to make that side heavier. This is how I play.
So you're telling me you cheat?
No, I use science.
You use science to load your dice.
Yes.
Rather than economics? Okay, that's all right then.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't buy my weighted dice, sir. I let the earth do that for me. Yeah, this is coming out a lot better. Like, it's a little bit more... It depends on how the light catches it. This brightness of the light right down on it is making it look a lot yellower than it actually is. It's got more mud in it.
Wait, is that the weathering pigment or is that Rise of Rust?
No, this is Rise of Rust.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to control. The weathering pigment, God, it just looks so good when other people use it. I'm very disappointed. I'm gonna have to get some alone time with that weathering powder. Some private time. Yeah, I like that a lot better. You want to... So smallest... The S. Molest Chili, which you're going to be known in my mind from now on. Smallest Chili wants to paint his Beast Snag as bones metallic. You could probably get away with quite a few of those bits as metallic if you wanted to. Yeah, kind of gold-plated like Tony is
Bones
saying.
the company or Bones the... Oh, I see.
Like the bony bits. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a beast out there somewhere in the universe that has metal loaded bones. And honestly, they
Also,
probably,
also, it's all fucking made up, so who cares?
except for the fact that plasma is purple, which is real.
Except apparently Nurgle plasma is green, and then Trader Marine plasma is, was it usually like red? Maybe.
It's
Like
all
every
sorts of
faction has different
it's
colored
all sorts
plasma.
of
Have you noticed
colors.
that?
But
Sorry,
the
what's up?
answer is it's blue.
It's always blue. That is the GW default.
No, it's well, or sorry, not blue, purple. Purple is they do blue, but it should be purple.
You got caught in the lie yourself.
I did, yes. Atmospheric plasma is purple.
Nerd.
I will die on this hill.
Oh, you'll die on it, but you'll be alone up there, pal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this is looking a lot better. I'm glad I decided to do this. I was going to paint this guy today. I didn't show you this guy in person, did I, Alex?
Which dude?
This guy right here.
Oh, is that that's the Chaos Boy, right? The Alpha.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't show
you showed
you.
him to me.
Did I show you in person? I couldn't remember if I did.
Yeah.
That was my
not
plan.
yesterday, but a while ago.
Oh, okay. That was my plan for today, but then I remembered that I promised myself I would finish the terrain before I painted any more minis. I bought more minis though, Alex.
Oh no! What? I'm so surprised.
Don't tell anyone. Shh, it's a secret to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Good job. Oh, littlest chili. Welcome, welcome to. I don't actually. I don't know how long you've been in the hobby or not. But if you're
He's
not
pretty
new
new.
to the hobby, you know what you're doing. And if you are new to the hobby, welcome to it.
Yeah, my first block, then immediately skipped painting and went.
Yep.
Oh man, that makes me feel bad that he got sucked in by the trap that is wargaming, but also very proud.
One of us.
One of us. Okay, do some of these guys down here. That's a good place. Ooh, I like doing the inside of these tires or the wheels. I love doing this part. Rusty. I don't know what about it. It's just I guess it's just like the texture of it. Like I get a lot of satisfaction of that part being rusty. Let's get some in here. That would definitely be rusty. Yeah, like story time with Emmanuel right now. I think we both wanted to get into mini wargaming for a long time. I think we both had similar stories. Surprise, same person. We're in college. We were both really interested in it, right? That was you as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can't remember your reason, but my reason was mostly money.
Yeah. Same.
And then when I became an adult and I had some disposable income to throw at the hobby, my biggest apprehension was I was worried about the community. I was worried like all these stories I would hear about this really rough around the edges kind of closed club kind of thing. I was really worried about that. And I almost didn't get into it until I heard about orcs. Until I heard about Kill Team and I didn't need to have a whole army painted. Maybe going overboard a little bit on the rust. I think I'll stop after this. And I've been very impressed by the Kill Team community on how chill and open they are. They really defy that kind of stereotype that the wargaming community kind of carries. And the same goes for, I mean, I dabbled a little bit in Legion. That community also super, super chill and super open to new players and all of that. Okay, let's take a step back. Did I overdo the rust on this? I think I can do one rust right there. Maybe one in that corner. I think I went a little overboard on this side though. That's a rusty side. Okay. Greenmount Vince. Let us giving us a shout out about weighing in on the base size discussion. There's a Discord called the Killzone Discord that a buddy of ours, Utsicle Eric, put together to host a lot of the TTS kill team scene to kind of keep that going, even though we're returning back to meat space. Oof, oof, oof! Too much. Oof! I don't like that. I made a boo boo. Damn. Okay.
Go get a Band-Aid.
I'll cover it with some grime, maybe. I didn't dry off my paintbrush.
Just don't put epoxy on it.
That's not safe for YouTube. We won't have that discussion here. That. But there's a lot of discussion on that Discord, a lot of competitive discussion. It's really flourished over there, and there was a discussion today about the upcoming SoCal Open with both of us are going to. Already got our tickets, our accommodations, all that good stuff. About base sizes, and there's some weird GW bases that are kind of the 28mm specifically, and then the TO Sheldon, he's doing his best to try and accommodate the hobby side of things, but also kind of keep things fair and trying to allow people to have some sort of artistic control over the size of their bases, aside from the ones that are the official GW ones, allowing for a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. But I don't know, I'm of two minds on that, and you weighed in as well on that discussion. The TLDR of it is base size matters a lot for Kill Team 2. It really, really does. And we saw that yesterday in the game. Oh my goodness, those infiltrators on 40mm bases.
And I'm not even really getting cheeky and shooting with them much.
You could really take advantage of that in a big way. But then it got me thinking, though, because in the same breath, with alternating activation, it's not like you could set up a lot of these static shooting situations, you know? Where you can perfectly prescribe how everything's looking at each other and how everyone's oriented, you know? And ensure that you're not going to get shot back if you're moving second, you know? Like in the last one. So I don't know how relevant these specific situations are, unless you're shooting at someone that you're worried is going to then be able to overwatch back. That's really the only scenario where a lot of these 32 to 25 kind of firing lines, where you can shoot at the one person but they can't shoot back at you kind of thing. I think that might be...
Well, yeah, no, that's where it becomes relevant, is in Overwatch situations.
Yeah, I think that might be the only time it actually becomes relevant. That, I mean, unless you're going up against elites, that doesn't happen that often. I mean, the game we played yesterday, there was one Overwatch.
I think it's more relevant for elites, right?
Yeah.
Like, so say you've got, some sort of elite shooting going up against guardsmen. Their melt is already gone. You park your guy in a situation where he can overwatch onto the Melta,
Uh-huh.
but is not eligible to be shot back.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. What do you think about Hunterclades?
I
Cadre.
like them.
Cadre.
They're
Clade.
convoluted. I need more
Clade.
time with them.
What is your most favorite? Most favorite, a little redundant. What's your favorite and your least favorite part about them?
I like rust stalkers. I want to use them more.
Are
I
they
wish that we
how?
could go ahead and kill 2.5.
Uh, are they common unit that you use in Big Hammer
They're actually really good right now.
in your current codex?
Yeah.
Nice.
All the Sicarians are really good right now.
What about it?
Um, they're probably a little undercosted and just very, very good, and also have a dizzying array of stratagems you can use to upgrade them.
Oh, neat. And are they elite choices or troop choices? I'm assuming
Elite.
troop.
No,
They're
they're elite.
elite. Riot. Admech has elite options. No one else does. That's a lie. Commando's team is an entire elite unit.
Well, it kind of. Let's see what else. Other factions. I don't think Eldar Rangers are troops, are they?
No, there's a lot that are not.
Yeah.
I remember
If you
seeing
go
in
by
this.
the big hammer definitions of elites, then yeah,
Mhm.
there's a lot out there.
Well, yeah, that I was just poking fun at something that I was seeing quite often in the speculation before the actual edition came out, and people were trying to figure out who would get what. And a common thing was like, "Oh, those are elites, so they wouldn't be included." But just a different definition. It's a different system, you know. What's elite in one is
Yeah.
not necessarily the elite in the other. And the joke that I had was just the entire Commandos kill team is an elite unit. For
Actually, it actually literally is in
yeah,
Big Hammer.
yeah, exactly.
That exact squad.
Yeah,
Where the heck did my Clippers go?
they're gone.
Did
Game
you eat
over.
them?
Yep. Yes, stealth suits,
You
reavers. Other
dirty
examples
liar!
are
I found
too.
them.
Sorry.
You dirty liar! I found them.
Oh damn.
All right, now I have to figure out how to clip this guy's head off. This is going to be complicated.
The one that's already on there.
Yeah.
Don't try and snap it off. You'll be surprised at how shitty plastic glue is at actually gluing.
Yeah, but
Even for
really?
sockets. Yeah. Yeah. There are so many orc arms that have a pretty big footprint that even without
No, I
just.
can. I know I can snap arms off, but that has a decent lever to it. The head is tiny.
Oh. Good luck, Godspeed. May the Omnissiah be. I don't know what the Omnissiah does for you folk.
Ever in your favor?
Yes. 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 May the Omnissiah ever be in your favor. Katniss. Beep boop. Yeah, I think Smallest Chili and you might become quick best friends because the reason why he didn't go for Admech was because he wasn't allowed to use priests. You miss your priests,
Oh
bud?
yeah, I do miss my priests.
Yeah.
They were my best boys.
The best thing about you playing priests was you playing priests on TTS. Even
People
when
are so
people
hideous.
started to. Yeah. Even when better models for the priests started to surface, you're like, no, I'm using my T-pose doofuses.
Even in real life, people hate the priest models.
I don't mind them.
I don't. I think they're amazing. I love them.
That one go amazing. Now, if you give one
Yeah,
a power
well, we know
claw,
what you're into, bud.
I'm into knives that are stricken with tetanus. Oh, that came out real
What is
nice.
super tetanus from?
Super tetanus? Oh, I don't know. Is that a reference?
It's from something. Oh, is that uh or maybe super rabies? I don't know, but it's a the tomb. Shit. The D&D campaign.
Tomb of Annihilation. Cholt.
Yeah, annihilation.
There's super rabies? What is it?
Maybe super tetanus? I don't know. Something like that.
That must. I mean, clearly there's nothing in the book that says that, but describe it to me because I don't know what you're referencing. I played
I
that one
don't
too.
remember it either. I just remember our DM threatening us with super tetanus. Who knows? Maybe he was just making it up.
There was actually no trap in the room. There was absolutely nothing in the room, and you guys were being so scared about approaching anything. He just wanted to get you guys to move on and railroad you.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. That was my first campaign ever. That was a very stressful campaign to be my first campaign. We spent way too much time calculating how much bug spray we needed before we set off into the jungle. Way too much time.
Yeah, we did not take it nearly that seriously.
Yeah. Well, so there's an interesting there's a really interesting way to kind of guide that adventure that I really enjoyed. That I think it was Matt Mercer who did an actual play miniseries with oh my god, the guy who looks like a Muppet.
Bert.
No, not
Ernie?
Ernie. He kind of looks like Beaker. He's a comedian.
Carrot Top?
No, he looks scary and strong now. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to look this up. This is bothering me. Comedian that looks like Beaker. I'm gonna find it by saying that. Yeah, there he is.
Who is it?
Brian Poston.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, really? He is super funny. And he played a bard in the. Anyway, doesn't matter all these details. All these details, largely irrelevant. What he did is he, instead of having the hex crawl, which I'm not a huge fan of in D&D, he just manufactured a bunch of kind of set events that would happen while they were traveling. Mm-hmm. And would kind of, who knows how much of it was railroaded, how much of it was him changing based on what they were saying. But he basically had like a 2-3 session, go around the jungle, encounter certain things, and then they end up at Omu? Dormammu? Omu? I think it's Omu.
Omu, the big city?
Yeah. And then you end up at Omu, and then everything else is a lot easier once you kind of focus in on Omu. We're way off topic for wargaming, but we're giant D&D nerds as well. So y'all are going to have to put up with that. But it was a much better way to do the hex crawl, in my opinion, because I'm just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of hex crawl, and that was really daunting for me as a intro to D&D.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
Yeah, that wasn't your first one, right? You had been playing for years and years and years. I only started in 2018, I think, is when I got started with D&D. So I was brand new at that point.
Check it out. I'm modeling for disadvantage.
He has no head, so technically, rules as written, you can't draw line of sight.
Exactly.
You should roll up with a complete headless AdMech team and see if anyone calls you out on that. Magnetize your heads. and then you could swap out your heads depending on where their vantage points are.
Actually, that would be really funny if someone did that for a pure melee team, like headless Gene Stealers. Be like, what? I'm not shooting you. I don't need a head.
That's right. Or they just give them the tiniest little head so they don't have the tentacles to draw visibility to. You actually put like a GSC cultist head on the Gene Stealer body. It's just the last thing to mutate. He still has a human head.
That would actually be pretty horrific.
So the Adeptus Ridiculous Gene Stealer episode is really good, and I learned a lot about Gene Stealers. They're pretty fascinating. There's like, I forget which cult it is, but there's a cult where they actually, the planet from where this Gene Stealer cult originated from makes medical supplies. So they put the Gene Stealer virus into the medical supplies. So as it gets shipped around the galaxy, it just infects other planets because they're like, oh, I need some penicillin. Oh, no, I'm a monster. But the way it works is that it actually doesn't mutate the people. It mutates their offspring. So a Gene Stealer will infect some dude. He'll forget. He'll have complete amnesia to the entire encounter. But then he will want to breed like a rabbit based on this virus like affecting him. And then his offspring will pop out with like an extra arm. And because like ratlings and ogrins and all these kind of abhumans exist in the world, they're just like, yeah, forget it. Yeah, sure. That's the thing. Just make him a miner. He'll have an extra arm to use with the power pick with. And then generations go, and they eventually start to get more and more mutated as more and more people get the virus and start to bump uglies. I thought it was more like a kind of a, what's a word? There's a special word for it for how mind flayers come about. It's a fake made up scientific word. Or maybe it's not fake, it's just the first time I heard it was when they were talking about that. I know Jonathan Marcus knows this. How does a Gene Stealer make into a human?
How to make Babby.
How make Mind Flayer Babby? How make Mind Flayer mommy with Babby?
All right, here you go, Emmanuel. Are you happy now?
Hey, your WYSIWYG.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was fine either way. I just didn't want... After that one experience where I tabled a Necron player and then he just got salty saying that my orcs and barrels weren't real models anyway, I don't want you to have to suffer that because that was painful. I was like, dude, they're bigger than Grey Knight models. Like, I'm doing myself a disservice. You're the one that got tabled with the Necrons. Don't put this on me, Ricky Bobby. I think that's enough. Rest on this one. All right. How make Mind Flayer Baby. One of my favorite things to do. I got the answer. It's the first hit when I googled how make Mind Flayer Baby. The first hit is ceramorphosis. That's what it was. I was trying to find that word.
Oh, it really is a made-up word.
Yeah. We play GW, we're used to that, right? But basically like the parasite goes into your body and then just puffs out as a whole mind flayer. Like you get the tentacles come out through your mouth. The Baldur's Gate 3 intro movie has some crazy body horror showing it. But
did that ever turn into not a shit show?
It came out, it was pretty good, honestly. It came out, it was pretty good. I never played it, but I watched a lot of Let's Plays because it came out in early access. I don't know if it ever left it or they just kind of use that as like kind of a secret way to not have to have a release and be able to change the game enough to get perfect scores when it does release. I don't know. But it seems like a really good game. I mean, it's more Baldur's Gate. If you like that kind of tactical RPG kind of gameplay style, you should like it. This is not an endorsement. I've never played it and they're not sponsoring us because we have no sponsors. But the intro movie has some creepy body horror of Ceramorphosis. Yeah, but I interrupted myself as I want to do, to say that one of my favorite things to do whenever my wife asks a question, I Google the weirdest way to answer that question, to ask that question into Google just to see if Google's smart enough to figure that out. More often than not, it is, and it's a little terrifying.
Google's real smart.
Yeah. Let's hope so. They have all our information.
Yeah, it would be kind of terrifying in its own way. Hilarious, but terrifying if it were real stupid.
Yeah. I'd rather be smart and know everything about me than be really not smart. Do. Are you gonna start campaign with Alan tomorrow?
I think so.
That'd be awesome.
Very, very excited about that.
You want to record our game yesterday as a campaign game?
Nah.
No? Yeah. Didn't think so. Just wanted to throw that on you.
Was not correct.
Yeah. Man, look at this dry brush. I might need to retire it.
No, that's like prime dry brush. That's prime terrain dry brush territory.
This is from... No, this is the second brush kit I bought. The first paintbrush kit I bought was the Dungeons and Dragons paintbrushes. It was branded D&D, and I was like, oh, that must mean it's good. As a first painter. And they were fine. I painted all my orcs with them. But they were not the highest quality out there.
That was before we even met.
Yeah, man. That was when I was painting D&D minis before I even started wargaming. And I would give everything a very heavy white dry brush because, as I said, in my mind, light is white, right? So if I want to have like light shining on my model, I need to put a bunch of white dry brush all over my model, right? That's how you make it look like white. Yeah, they looked real bad. They looked real bad. And then you contrast that with my first ever model that I painted that I spilled the Nuln oil on. I popped that cherry very early on in my painting career, and I spilled my Nuln oil with my first model. He was a rogue, so I just told everyone he's just in shadow. That was on purpose. No, it wasn't. I was cleaning Nuln oil off the floor, and I just let it all dry on the model. Have you spilled your Nuln oil yet?
You see how my black mat with white lines is like mostly brown lines?
Is that your Agrax?
The whole bunch of Agaros dunes.
Oh no! Oh no!
Agaros dunes. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah. Battle Brothers Tabletop says, dry brushers never get worse. They only get better. Truth. Except for right now, I don't want to get any rust on the stuff that's not looking rusty yet. And it is failing me.
Embrace the orc. Let the rust
go
where it...
I must have precision in my orkiness. You don't take that
go
from
where
me.
it will.
Let the rust flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out soon.
Coming out real soon.
Like a couple weeks?
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah. I think it's
some sort of weird... It's out like everywhere else in the world, just about.
Yeah. I heard good things.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to listen to the audiobook, and I keep going back to other things to watch. I'm really into the series that Josh Strife Hayes does on YouTube called Worst MMO Ever. just because he finds all of the shovelware terrible MMOs and then just plays them and complains. And he's British, and I love that content. And I keep going back to stuff like that instead of listening to Dune.
Actual literature and get yourself cultured.
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
You ignorant swine.
That ship has sailed. The culture that I embrace is brutal cunning.
I can't fault you on that.
All right.
Oh, right. And then
Let's do some paint chipping now. Let's start with the big one.
Remind me to give you
Yes.
this head that I just clipped off him.
Okay.
Because it doesn't have the socket anymore, so I can't put it on anyone. But you could totally put it on a base or something.
Or in a power claw.
Yeah.
It reminds me of all these minis that keep coming out for Imperial models that just have an dead orc on the bottom. Mm-hmm. And someone linked to me. It's like, hey, look, a new orc release.
Hey, you guys have actually had plenty of new models recently. It was funny when it's the Eldar because they've gotten fuck all. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
I already cursed before. Again, that ship has sailed.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not coming out as I would like. I kind of want to do some stippling. Yeah, that's
it's terrain. Good. Just get it done.
Get you done.
Oh, please.
Oh, mercy. No, the stippling actually looks real good. I have to spin the brush.
It looks good. It's not a question of whether it looks good. Hey. It's a question of, do you want to put that much effort into the terrain?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
I mean, suffice it to say, we're not going to be using Octarius terrain for a while anyway, because we're going to be using the, while we're prepping for SCO, I'm pretty much always going to be playing on the terrain set from that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well get used to it, because terrain is so important to this. All of that is just super important, I should say. So I don't want to get surprised by how many 2-circle climbs I'm going to have to do in a game. You know?
Yep.
Oh, and stippling on top of rust, that looks real good. Really breaks up the rust so it's not just a patch of orange. Ooh, I like this.
Such a good word.
What?
Stippling.
Stipple. It's a word that sounds like what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Maybe also just a little bit naughty.
Oh, stipple me timbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because there was like this sequence of like Ninjon and Miniac videos that all they were talking about is stippling. And they just kept stippling. And I'd never seen it before. And I think I just stumbled upon the sequence of videos that they just went really hard on stippling. The stipple twister. Oh, Greenmint Vince is lamenting our loss of monetization because of our.
We were monetized?
What? Since when? Did you do that? I didn't do that. This is looking nice. Okay, this is making me feel a lot better about painting the other terrain. This came out really nice. I don't think it'll take me that long to get the rest of it done, honestly, even with these steps.
I don't think so. I don't think it will either.
Because let's also remember that I I also failed pretty hard trying to get the pigment powder working. I'm gonna have to watch more videos about it. I almost watched a video by Goobertown where he said the science of pigment powder, and I was like, ooh, that's interesting. I was like, that's probably not going to give me any painting advice, which is what I'm looking for right now. His stuff is always super fascinating to me, but it's always just like very scientific. I was like, that's not going to help me put the pigment on the model. He's a chemist after all, so he gets very much into that, and he brings out his. Did you ever have those chemistry model kits, like for OChem or PChem or anything like that?
To build the molecules?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my favorite part of OChem, getting that model kit and just building.
That was the only good part of OChem.
Yeah. I don't know how much I actually used it for studying. I like building little monsters out of it. Like I distinctly remember trying to make a T-Rex out of my molecules. Okay. What do you think, Alex? Done?
Let me take a look. Oh, wait. Where am I looking? Oh shoot, I have to look at the other
stream.
one. Right?
Yeah, no, I don't have my camera on our Discord call.
That looks perfect. That's done.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that. Oh no, this poor brush. All right, I need Battle Brothers Tabletop to say that this is still an okay dry brush because I'm not sure it is.
If you don't want it anymore, I'll take it. You know I'll use it.
Oh no.
Shame.
I mean, I'm still going to use it because it's the one that I brought to the camera.
I mean, if you wanted another brush, you could stand up, walk 3 feet, grab the other brush, and be back.
It's all the way over there. No. Plus beer's over here.
Are you drinking beer now?
Yeah.
Like literally the second. No, because you're talking.
Alex.
Yeah.
I don't think this is working out.
Are you breaking up with me?
I think we're going to have to go our separate ways. It's been a good run. We get to have some laughs.
You can't escape me.
I am eternal.
Lucky told me he likes me more.
That is a lie.
Why don't you go ask him?
I will in about 5 minutes. Lucky's my dog. For anyone who isn't unawares.
Yeah, that's a very peculiar interchange for anyone who doesn't know.
Lucky is not the escort that we share. That was a terrible joke. I immediately regretted it.
What?
Part of me is kind of like, the stippling kind of took the brightness out of it. Because, like, if you look at this versus this right now.
Wait, point to number 1.
This is pre-stippling. This is post-stippling. Sorry.
Bottom also, you have to remember, I'm also looking at everything with the audio delay that everyone has.
Bottom is pre-stippling.
Okay.
Kind of mutes the color a little bit. I think that's okay.
It does, but that's what we don't want super bright terrain.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I love the bright blue. That's done. Okay.
Our particular painting styles, like even like the colors aren't terribly bright. So
yeah, that's true. Plus, I can't have Sheldon telling me that my terrain is too pretty and too fastidious for orcs.
Do. There we go. Why did I paint that? No one's ever going to see that.
Story of my life, pal. All right, I think I have authorization from Battle Brothers Tabletop that I can retire this brush. If you really want this brush, you can take it next time you're over. Or I could bring it to you when I come to. Yeah, when you see this in real life, though, dude, I don't know if you're going to be saying hooray.
Well, no. The plan is whenever we are sitting there hobbying together, I'm going to use it explicitly to trigger you.
Hey, man, you touch your own models. I don't care what you do. But you come anywhere close to my models with that brush, I kill you. For every stipple I find, I kill you.
Like multiple times?
Well, I have important business to take care of.
What defines one stipple?
I have important business to take care of. Battle Brothers Tabletop is requesting to hear what how an orc would pronounce fastidious.
Ooh, well, that's a trick question.
This shiny git here is a bit too fast. He's a bit too fusty. He's proper shiny, he is.
Yep, that's what would happen.
He would try and then give up. I'm sorry to say, Small's Chili, but we're planning on ending our stream pretty soon here, even though your class ended soon. Sorry, pal. Especially because I am almost done with this terrain and I have nothing left to paint. Ooh, I like how that came out.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Shush you. I have nothing left to paint in front of me. So Battle Brothers Tabletop, one thing that Alex always says about me is that I am incapable of half-assing anything in life. It's either whole ass or no ass. So the fact that I committed to that orc joke will not be a surprise once you see a few more of these.
No. And I knew exactly what he was going to do.
And why is that, Alex?
Because we're the same person.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that's exactly what you would do, right?
Yep. Alrighty. So let's see if they're done. Cool.
I made a bit of a boo-boo that I'm going to have to fix real quick. I overstippled and turned something just completely shiny again. So let me just recontrast that over, let that dry, and then I'll stipple that tomorrow. And I'll do the other side. I think I overdid the other side too. Cool. I think that was a good hobby night. Good hobby night done.
I think so.
Cool.
I think it's time for ice cream.
Oh, is it ice cream time?
I think so.
You're out of brownies?
I do. Because I took mine back.
Yes, you did. You took yours with you. We finished our brownies.
So yes, we are such the same person that when I went over to his place for dinner last night, I thought to myself, I'm going to bring brownies. So I brought brownies. And then I got there and they said, we made brownies.
Truth. Truth. Oh no. I think I'm going to. Well, I can't exclusively paint with this brush. So Battle Brothers Tabletop, he's calling me out saying I should commit to painting the rest of the Octarius terrain with exclusively this brush.
I'm a fan of that.
What?
I'm a fan of it.
It's impossible. Look at this.
I'm sorry. Is it orky terrain or not?
Alex, look at the stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing it. I think that would be amazing.
I have murdered this poor brush. This brush had a family. There were two other brushes in the pack. There was
saying that it got crumped and is therefore the orkiest brush on the planet?
If it got crumped, it's dead hard because it's still working. I just need I'm going to wash it and try and revive it a little bit. That's what we're going to do with this little guy.
Oh, there's some quality hobby stream content. Washing paintbrushes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the best you get out of it. It looks the same. Oh, dear God. Alrighty. I think that's it for tonight. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Internet.
Thanks for hanging out.